Great looking piece. Not bad, just one more. Ready to start applying some sinew. I've got my bow clamped in a little form I made and gave it a little bit more of a reflex than it had, and I think once the sinew starts drying that it will give it a little more reflex. Let's see, I've got all my sinew broke up. Basically what I got is 4 leg tendons. My longer pieces I kind of divided them by their size. The first row I'm going to put on is going to be some of these longer pieces, and I've already got it broke up into little bundles just kind of laying everywhere, so I can just grab a bundle. I'm going to soak it in some hot water for a second, rub it in some hot glue, and then put it on the bow. I'm using hot glue that I got from Three Rivers Archery, but you can also use Knox Gelatin. I have never used it, but I've been experimenting with it a little bit, and it seems to work great. So next time I'll probably use that. Alright, so I got all the sinew on. It's been drying for about 48 hours now, and it's looking good. It's sticking really well. I had clamped it into a little bit of a reflex, and the sinew's already out reflexed that, and so the clamp wasn't even holding anything, so I took it off. I just got it sitting here. I just kind of measured from the handle to the board here, and it's about 3/4 of an inch, so I'm going to come back and measure that every once in a while, see how much more it reflexes. Basically I'm going to let it dry for a couple months, and we'll get back to it. Alright, it has been nearly 8 weeks. It's April 25th, I believe. I think the 28th will be 8 weeks on the dot. It's took on quite a bit more reflex. I guess it was 3/4 of an inch to that, and it's about probably 1/8 of an inch, maybe a little over 1/8 of an inch now, so at least another 1/2 inch of reflex. I think I'm just going to clean up the nocks so I can at least put a string on it. So I went ahead and strung it up. Everything's looking pretty good. I kind of smoothed out the edges a little bit with some sandpaper. I think it's relatively even right now. I'm about to put it on the tillering board and draw it a little bit. It's kind of a low brace height at the moment. I just didn't want to overdo it. Didn't want to push it more than I had to. I'm gonna put it on my little tillering tree thing here and see what it looks like. I had drawn it back to 21 inches before I even put sinew on it, so I think it'll be safe to draw it back that far. And I believe it was 32 pounds at 21 before I sinewed it. So we'll put it on there now and see where we're at. Okay, I'd set this up at kind of a weird angle so this may look uneven or something, but I just set the camera off to the side. 21 inches right there. We're at 43.04. So let's say 43 pounds at 21 inches. But I sinewed it, reflexed the tips a little bit, and I increased it by 10 pounds at 21 inches. So it's probably a lot more than that on up at 28 inches. I'm gonna kind of check the tiller and mess with that a little bit before I push it much further. I think this left limb, I'm gonna have to work on it, the outer 2/3 of it a little bit. God, and probably the right one too. The right one needs some work. I'm afraid it's gonna bring me down too low, but anyway, I'm gonna work on it. I soaked my snake skins in some water for a couple hours. Used some Cop Bond 3. Put them on my bow, wrapped it with some ace wrap, and I put it in a parked car for, I guess I left it about 3 days, and then I unwrapped the ace wrap and let it sit in there a few more days. This is what I got. I'm gonna get a little file and I'm gonna get all this excess off, clean it up a little bit, and I'll put some sandpaper on it. Okay, I've got the rattlesnake skin glued on. I've got it sanded on the edges. It is tillered pretty even, but it's only pulling about 50 pounds at 28 inches. My goal was 60, but it shoots fast, smooth shooting. I think I'm gonna love it. Next thing I'm gonna do is stain the wood a little bit, because if I'm gonna hunt with it, it needs to be a little darker than that. And then I'm gonna coat it with probably about 6 coats of true oil. I might do some spar urethane over that, and I'm gonna do a leather handle wrap. I think it'll look pretty cool. Okay, I got the Hickory Bow finished. I actually lost some of this video, but I coated the Sinew with a rattlesnake skin. This is timber rattlers that I killed last year, I believe. I put that on the Cop Bond 3 for the waterproofing, just to protect the Sinews. I need all the help I can get. It's very bad to soak up moisture, and it can't get wet. So anyway, I coated that. I used sandpaper basically to sand the edges after it dried, and then I stained the wood with it's called ebony from Men Wax. It's just a dark stain, almost black, but on hickory I love the way it looks. And also I had an extra piece of leather. I stained it with the same stain so that it would match, and I think all this kind of goes together pretty well. And I sewed that on with some artificial sinew. The strike plate is a white-tailed deer leg bone. It's on the right side of the bow because I'm left-handed. I didn't do an arrow rest at all. I did double over this leather wrap right here, just kind of give me a little bit of a ridge there, but basically I shoot off my finger anyway. I made the string out of a bowstring material. It's like B50, pretty sure. These are beaver fur silencers. That's just something I bought. I ended up getting it tillered, getting it pretty even. It was looking great, but it pulls about 47 pounds at 28 inches now. My goal was 60. I didn't quite make it there. My draw length's actually about 27 inches, so it's pulling 45.5 pounds at 27 inches. But either way, it's a great shooting bow. It shoots pretty fast. It's comfortable, lightweight. I mean, I love it. Flew pretty well. But I'm pretty happy with this bow. I mean, it seems to be doing well. I wish I had something I could shoot with it to see what kind of penetration I get, because it kind of bothers me that we're talking 45, 47 pounds. I wish it was stronger than that. I was hoping for 60. But either way, I mean, this is an awesome bow. It's fun to shoot. I'll shoot all sorts of things with it, I'm sure. Hickory bow, complete. I'm not going to be doing anything else to this other than shooting things with it.